Hey folks, Mac T here, and I have a valve cover that I'm going to replace on this 2011 Ford Edge. Ford had previously put out that some baffling wasn't quite right and working appropriately for the 2011, I think maybe the 2012 Ford Edge. So they came out with a new valve cover. Subsequent model years of the 3.5 don't have this problem because they put the new cover on it. But my 2011 Ford Edge uses about a quart of oil every 200 hours or about 10,000 miles. So since it is very consistent in doing this, I'm going to replace it with the new valve cover that is updated by Ford, and we will test it out and I will show you the results later, the next oil change, to see if it does reduce the oil. I only got 1,000 miles on this oil change, so I'm going to change it now and then see what it does after it does 200 hours or 10,000 miles. It's usually about the same. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and change this valve cover out. But first I'm going to go over the valve cover itself and show you what it is, and then we'll compare it to the old one and see if we can physically see any difference, and then of course put the new one on. So let's check out this valve cover. As you can see, the valve cover number is a BR3Z 6582-R, and this comes straight from Ford. So we're going to go ahead and put this in, and as you can see, I bought this a while back, so we're going to go ahead and install it. First things first, you're going to see it comes with all the different bolts that you have to have. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 of them all together. Some retaining studs, so you have to have a deep well to put these on. And then of course the bolts that you have here on these 3, 4, 5 different positions. So this is the cover. It comes with the VCT solenoid gaskets pre-installed, and then this is the oil fill cap. That's how we know this is the left hand, because this is where you fill the oil in, and the other cover will not have that. Then you have the gaskets that are of course pre-installed here too. So we're all set. Everything is pre-done for us. So all we have to do is take the old one off and then slide everything back in, and we're good to go. Now when you do buy it again, this comes pre-ready, pre-assembled for you. You already have the gasket pre-installed along with these other gaskets. So this is one assembled unit that all you have to do is take the old one off and put the new one on. Now the problem with the baffling, you guys can see this right here. This is the baffling right here. Right here is where everything is done, and you can see where the PCV goes in right here. It goes into the intake. So right here it is, and then the baffling is all through here, and you can't really see a whole lot going on. I'll cut the old one open in a different video to see what this is, but we'll compare basically what these look like and see if there is a difference, and basically just see what do we see that's different, if anything. But this is the valve cover we're going to put on, nice and clean and shiny and black plastic. So let's go ahead and get this thing put on. First things first, we'll go ahead and get this negative terminal loosened up and removed. You can go ahead, pull this off, just squeeze this thing and get that going there. Same thing for this. Pull this breather tube off of there and set it off to the side. Then we'll have to do is remove this once we get the valve cover on and reinstall this back onto the new valve cover. The next thing we have to do is remove this here clip. It has a little Christmas tree. Just pull it off, and then we want to set that off to the side. They say disconnect it, but quite frankly I really don't see a need to. So we're just going to set that off to the side. That is to your oxygen sensor. Then we have our VCTs that we have to disconnect. There we go. Just got to put that screwdriver in there and pry that back a little bit, and then it pops right off. Then you got to remember which one goes to where, right? So hopefully we get them right. But remember, the top one is the cream color one, goes to the first one, and the next one down is a black. So we'll remember that here as we go. Then we have this little Christmas tree thing here. We can take this tool, put it up underneath here. If I can get it in there. There we go. And it broke off. Oh well, that's the way life is, I guess. So that's going to be wiggling around there, but these are all old, so what can I expect, right? They're all breaking off. Not much you can do about it. Now the other thing we got to do is we're going through all this is disconnect everything. So we pull that off, then we have to undo this clip here. That came off. So we're undoing this wiring harness all the way through. Next thing that we have to do is the fuel injectors. And those come off pretty easy. I know y'all can't quite see in here, but there's not a whole lot of room. Oh, that's what these bolts are for these right here. Then we want to gently push these back, pull off all our coils. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is getting it where we need it to be. We have one connector down there on the valve cover. That's going to be a little bit harder to get to. So we may pull that off when we get the valve cover out a little bit. But we still have a few connectors up here. So you just got to manhandle some of these, like this one back here you had to pull out. And then we got another one here. That one came right out. I think we got it. I think we got it all done, so now we have access to all the bolts and everything else. Try to get this all done. It's not going to be fun, but hey, we got it all done. And this one here, darn AC line is in the way. And I can't really get to it to pop it off. It's down in there. And this tool ain't going to work either, so we'll get the valve cover off and then we'll slide it off of here. But first things first, I blew this out previously, so we should be pretty clean, but again, you want to make sure you do have everything blown out with air, and then we can pull this off. So now we're going to go ahead and remove these bolts. Now remember, we got a couple of these, and then I got to have a longer, deeper socket for those. And then the last one down here. And that retainer broke, so I'll have to use another zip tie on it. This one broke, so I'll just throw another zip tie around it when I put it back on there. You see this little Milwaukee is working pretty good to get all these off of here. I got another one that broke on here that I'll have to turn off. This car is old, folks. Don't get me wrong, but it's old. Got a lot of miles on it, so things are going to break. The plastics and all that stuff don't last very long. Let's see if this will help pull it off. There we go. Every tool for the job, right? Little forceps looking thing. I had to get a deep well. We're going to employ the ratchet. There we go. We're getting her. This AC line is a little bit in the way. It's causing a little bit of a problem. And then I got the front cover one. Maybe it's an 8. There it is. It's an 8mm. This is the bolt that holds your front cover on if you ever use your front cover. I'm getting rid of that thing. I'm not doing this fast, folks. We're just taking it easy. Question is, what kind of condition is my engine in? Got that one. This one's buried. I got all the bolts undone. So now's the moment of truth. When we pull this valve cover off, get the oil stick out of the way. pop these off of here. Give us a little bit more room. There we go. A little more maneuvering to do things. So anyway, this is it, folks. I'm really concerned now. I'm going to pull this off, and the question is, what condition is my engine in? Is this valve cover hiding a lot of coking and varnish? Will it look all brown, black, and nasty, or will it look clean after 242,000 miles? It's a good question. So I guess we need to pull it off and check, right? Well, nothing like the present, right? Let's see what we can do. Now it's going to be stuck on here, isn't it? So how am I going to get that off of there? How about a little gentle persuasion to help oh, it's cracking free. Just got to be careful of everything. Because it doesn't really want to come out. There we go. Well, you're going to need a little bit of a pry bar. In order to get this off of here. And you want to make sure you get the darn forgot the darn coils. Holy cow. So excited about doing this, I forgot to take the coils out. Way to go, Bill. Might make it easier if I have these out. Holy cow. What a rookie. What a rookie. Oh, that makes a world of difference. I'm going to leave that in there so you guys can laugh at me. I don't care. Because I bet I'm not the first one to do that. But I know one thing that's holding this up is this darn wire. This retainer. There we go. I knew that was going to hold it up. There it is, folks. In all its glory. Wow. Just wow. Check that out. That is simply amazing, isn't it? Look how incredibly clean this engine is. And also look at the cams. Okay folks, check this out. Check it all out. Wow. That's all I can tell you is wow. Now we can inspect this formerly installed valve cover, and we can check out the numbers on here too, I think. Let me wipe it down a little bit. Let me get nice and close on these numbers. There we go. So y'all can see those numbers on there. BR3E 6K273. I want to say CB or something like that. Looks like a CB. And this is a 6K273 FC. So they've made changes to it. But in looking at it, I can honestly say I see no visual difference. So whatever it is, it's on the inside. That's where the difference is. Because if you look at this one, visually, side by side, they literally have not changed them. So the only difference would be in here. The only difference is this right here. They added that. It's not here on this one. There's no little spot there. But this is where the breather is. So no big difference. Guess I'll have to break this thing open to actually see what it's like on the inside. Once I get the other one installed and working good, I'll tear that one apart, make another video on it to see what it actually is on the inside. Look at all that oil coming out of the breather. This right here, it's completely filled. All this oil came out of that thing. That's a lot of oil in there. So that might be some of the issue, because it's coming out of this hole right here. There's a hole right there. And that's where all that oil's coming out. But I do have to get this off of here. So we're going to have to pry it off, and I'm not sure how that's going to work. There we go. It turns out just like a PCV valve. Now we just install this back on. There you go. Nice and snug. So we got that done. Doesn't look like we have anything else. Oh yeah, that goes right on there, right? Slick. Got everything on here. Now I can go ahead and start installing things on. And I broke these off right here, so I'll probably have to go find more of these. I don't know where I would get them. because they broke off inside the valve cover here. They just wouldn't come out. So neither here nor there. But this is the valve cover and it's ready to go. Now I just got to go clean up the engine. Now the next thing I have to do is clean this all up. Being very careful. Trying not to get crud in there. Now right here I have the silicone. So I got to try to clean this off. I don't want that to fall in the engine. So I got to clean all that off of there. So I got that cleaned off. Now we got to go down here and do this one. And it's a lot harder to get to, so. As you can see, this is difficult to get into. You got to be careful so that don't fall into the engine. There's really no comfortable way to do this. This is where we got to clean everything up good. If in doubt, use your fingernails, right? There, I think we got her. Nice and clean. Now, what I have to do is get a clean rag and spray that down with a little bit of brake clean so it'll seal the oils off of there. And let this dry. There we go. Now I gotta use this here. And you can buy the Ford stuff, or in this case it's JB Weld Ultimate Black Gasket Maker Sealants for maximum oil resistance and temperature. So you can use this. You don't need much, that's the problem. Just need to put it on that little crack right there where the cover meets the head. just so you don't get an oil leak right there. That's all you need to do. We can go ahead and get these started. There we go. Now, not getting it tight, I'm just snugging it all up here. So I can get it on here. As you can see, I got it set so it doesn't even hardly have pressure. This little Milwaukee has turned out to be a good little tool. Now we can start torquing them all down. And we have to have 89 inch-pounds in order to torque all these down. So we'll go ahead and get our torque wrench going. So we're going to start out with number 1, which is up here. Not very tight, folks. Number 2, which is the bottom. Yep. What'd she say?
She's going to talk to her husband about it. They've been doing fireworks shows the last few, so they've been really busy.
Okay.
And she was going to ask him and see what he says.
I don't know nothing about the Ford Edge. Tell him that.
She already knows better than that one. She already knows that's what she tried. So. But she was going to say something to him and let me know. I'll probably talk to her sometime today.
Okay. And number 5 is right here. That was the neighbor lady. Their daughter has a Ford Edge Limited. And I offered to work on their all-wheel drive system. PTU oil change, folks. Or lube change. There we go. That's number 6. That's number... Oops, did it wrong. Oh well. Number 7 is right here. I didn't even tighten this one. Holy cow. I'm slacking on this. That's number 8 anyway. There we go, got number 8 in. Number 9 right here. That's done. Number 10 is right here. There we go, number 10. And number 11 all the way at the end. There we go. They are all tight. Yeah, I wanted to get a PTU video done, so maybe they'll participate. You know what? You offer to help folks, and sometimes they just say no. I don't know what to tell y'all. I tried my best. But, man, that air conditioning coil or hose is in the way. So anyway, I'm thinking we got them all. Double check this one down here. Yep, we're all done. Well, folks, that's that. That's that. Now we're going to go ahead and just put everything back together. Start with the coils. Put them back in, I guess. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you all that I did is I put a little oil around these seals before I put them in. I didn't show that, so sorry. But remember, a little bit of oil on them goes a long ways. The right size? Heck no. Grabbed the wrong one. Dummy. There we go. Got that on there. There we go. A little snap and click. Got those in there. That locked in. It's hard on the fingers if it slips too fast. There you go. Got that. Remember, the clear one was up here. That snapped in. That snapped in place. This was down here. I can get it back in the hole. Well, all I can say is it went in a heck of a lot easier than it came out. There we go. And this goes right here for the oxygen sensor. I think this bad boy goes right in here. Yep, goes right in there. And what else do we have to do? Double checking everything. All wiring is up to speed. Cover is on, bolted down, no stray wires. What do y'all think? Got her done? Wasn't too terribly bad. Everything looks like it's in good shape. So I guess the big tale of all tales here will be to determine, get this back on here, just snaps in, clicks in. There we go, folks. That's it. That's how you do it. And that's how you put it all back together again. This clip was supposed to go here, if you remember right, in here, but they broke off, so no harm, no foul. But that is a valve cover replacement. That's it, folks. Valve cover is replaced. I'm not going to really edit this out. You can watch the whole thing. I'll shorten up dead spaces and stuff so you can see how it is, but you'll at least have a good detailed video. That's right, a good video to watch on how to replace the valve cover. And like I said, I'll make another video of me tearing apart that old valve cover to see what they did that didn't work. And let's see why. But if nothing else, it'll just be fun tearing it apart. But rest assured, I have it replaced. In about 6 to 8 weeks, I should know if my oil consumption has lessened due to this new valve cover. So we shall see what happens, how it all works out, and did it reduce the oil consumption in 10,000 miles and I don't lose a quart of oil. If not, then we can say, well, it's either the engine, as you can see, probably not, or the valve cover. Either way, we're going to figure it out, and we're going to find out, but make sure you like, subscribe, join Facebook, MACTFORDEDGE on Facebook, MACT on Facebook, MACTFORDEDGE here in this channel, and also MACT YouTube channel. And don't forget the MACT website, www.type, and get all your parts and information on your Ford Edges there. But rest assured, my feet hit the floor today, and I'm having a great day. And I want you to have a great day too while you're listening to this great music from the Band of One and Mercy Girl tossing a couple of one-liners at you, as she always does. Have a great day.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Girl production.